Hi, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Cynthia, and as you can see, if you're new to my channel, if you're not new to my channel, I'm in a different setup than usual. And it's going to tie into the reading. It's a theme that's emerging that's going to be useful to incorporate into a layout about power and about surrender and about discipline. And there's a lot of kind of like literary great books, biblical symbolism in this. So if you like that kind of layout, that's what this is going to be. It's all kind of come into my awareness in the last week with some really intense experiences, which is why I'm sitting like this. Normally I sit a lot closer to the floor because I like the configuration better. But I took a really bad fall yesterday, and I've got a huge hematoma on my knee and a smaller one on my shin and a bunch of cuts and bruises. My palms beat the fuck up. Oh shoot, I forgot the heater. Hang on a second. Even this is gonna be weird because I'm kind of hobbling around. Sorry. Okay. That fucking heater is my enemy of this tarot channel, I swear, although it's my hero in every other aspect. But it's a shop heater that heats my home, so it's not ideal because it's really loud and it's not set up for in-home living. But anyways, so part of the image that I woke up with this morning that was the channeled message that was starting to come through, and I'm sure somewhat related to my own legs here, is from Misery, the novel by Stephen King, and the movie, where Paul Sheldon is basically, I'm not laughing, it's not funny, it's terrifying, right? But it's amazing. Kathy Bates in the movie especially does an incredible job. But it's the scene where, near the end, where she figures out that he's been trying to get away somehow, and she rehobbles him. Like, she comes in and busts his legs again with the sledgehammer, and it's a horrifying scene. And that scene is coming through loudly this morning, and was saying do a reading around that theme of powerlessness and feeling completely at the mercy of something that you literally are powerless. Like, you have no other choice but to completely surrender because you bodily cannot do anything about what's happening. And this was happening for me in, I would say, the last month. It's been really intense. Like, first it was with my shoulders. Like, I have trouble chronically with my shoulders, and I had been working on them and massaging them, and especially this one in particular. And I went to reach to massage it. Well, I fucked up my other shoulder. So now I've got two shoulders because I haven't been stretching maybe, or there was something I needed to be doing that I wasn't doing to take care of my body. I was trying, but it wasn't working. And so I ended up in the last month with like two injured shoulders I didn't even do anything. They were just like tweaked the wrong way, but they're longer term, like they're deeper tissue injuries that are taking a while to heal. So it's been really like any normal way that you move, and they both get tweaked and so it's been like a constant, like your shoulders are fucked up all month. And then finally, in the last 3 days, we had a storm, and it's like the universe was just forcing me to be still and not even go out and do errands. Like, everything kept getting in my way. It was just this constant obstacle course, and it was like the universe was like forcing me, like, sit your ass down. Sit down, be still. And so I did, and I took a salt bath like for every day for 3 days in a row, and I just rested here at home and tried to, like, okay, what am I missing? Like, why am I being forced to kind of just be still against my will, kind of. So I started feeling better, and I was doing all this meditation. Yesterday, I go out to go do like a down by the river meditation, which there's a rail line down there, and you walk up and down the rail line if you want to walk up and down the bank. And I was doing that, and I went to where I wanted to do my little meditation. And the second that I broke meditation and was turning around to walk away, I felt really afraid all of a sudden, and boom, I went down hard. Like, it literally felt like I was pushed by a spirit. I don't know what the fuck it was, but regardless, I fell hard, and I got a huge hematoma on my knee. I had a panic, like, fuck, am I gonna have to go to the emergency room? Did I break something? because it was a really hard fall. And it's a steep climb to get back up here. So it was, it felt very epic as it was happening, because also as I was trying to get myself up and on my feet, and I was scared because I didn't understand why I had fallen or what caused me to fall. My ankles were all twisted up in this wild rose bramble, and it was making it almost impossible to get out of it. I was tangled up in it, and I couldn't get my footing and stuff right. And I had just gotten really injured because I had just fallen on gotten this huge blow to my knee, my hand, my other shin. This just happened like less than 24 hours ago. So I'm like, what is going on? Why did I feel, am I being attacked? Like, it was crazy. And it felt like, okay, no matter what is going on around me, something is blocking me and or attacking me. That's how you feel. And that's what this reading is going to be about. You may be feeling like the walls are closing in on all sides. I was doing a meditation like that a few days ago. Like, okay, what am I missing? Like, my account's overdrawn. I'm being forced to sit still instead of go do the hustle that I feel like I need to, because my account, you know, like there was a bunch of, and my account is no longer overdrawn. And in fact, it's way in the flush, because that's the challenge of having started my business, is it's feast or famine as I try to figure out the insurance reimbursement process. It's taking a long time. I've been at it a couple years, and I'm only just now starting to have an evened out financial stream instead of thousands of dollars all at once and then nothing for 3 months, right? So just things like that. I literally had to come home. I hobbled my ass home. I felt like Jesus, because that was that kind of epic imagery, or the old man in the sea, or some, like I was trying to connect with my God. I felt pushed down literally by the universe, like forced to crawl. It felt epic. It felt like an epic story, like either Jesus walking the streets with his cross. And I'm not trying to say I'm Jesus at all, but that's why Ernest Hemingway wrote The Old Man and the Sea, because we all have trials in our lives if we're seekers, where we sometimes wonder, like, why am I being punished? And that was coming through in the last few days. Like, why am I being punished? Is it God? Is it an attachment that someone's sending me with evil eye? Like, what is going on? Because I'm feeling actually bodily attacked, not just like, oh, weird, I'm on a bad luck streak. Like, I'm like, is someone haunting me? So that's for you, because I think that you're wondering, like, why am I being punished? Why am I Paul Sheldon in this bed with this crazy bitch breaking my legs with a sledgehammer, right? That's how I felt this morning when I woke up. Like, my legs were just, I know they're going to be black and blue. They're already getting there. They're going to look crazy for a few days and possibly weeks, because this is a bad hematoma. I really babied it last night. So what is going on? What is happening? Do you feel like Job? Do you feel like something is like, you're like, what the fuck at this point? Like, is somebody, like, that's the energy. It's like, why and what is going on? That's how I felt yesterday. I feel a lot better today because I really babied this. I gave it light therapy, iced it, wrapped it, elevated it, gave it Reiki. I really gave myself TLC because I don't want to go back to the hospital. I just had to go recently and it was a bad experience. I'm pretty sure nothing's broken. My knee seems to be mobile. I just need to be doing rest, ice, elevate. I can't remember what C is right now. What is going on, Spirit? Why are you attacking us? Or what is the lesson here that we're missing? This is the very epic, like, Job energy, Paul Sheldon in misery. That's also a biblical reference at times. Like, he was forced to think his way out of it, and a big part of it was making such small moves that she wouldn't detect the moves, right? So there might be something about small moves. Like, you might want to make big moves right now, and you're being told you need to make small moves to liberate yourself, not big moves. You need to not go out and declare that you're running a marathon for Christ. You need to make a small move. Like, I'm going to start with just a half a mile walk, and I'll set my intention to myself that I want God to guide me if that's what God wants me to do, right? It's some kind of a pivot like that, maybe, that we're missing. What's important for you to know right now? I Yeah, it's just nuts. This injury is fucked. My palm is like, ouchie. It's gnarly. I took a gnarly ass fall. It was not joking, whatever fucking caused it, whether it was just my own klutziness or what. Because you are walking on, you're not really supposed to walk on the rail line. They don't want you on there. So they use that really insane aggregate that's like boulder sized gravel basically. So it's hard to walk on, and that's partly what happened maybe. Along with that wild rose that normally I'm in good with wild rose. I'm like, come on, you too, Nuka Rose? Like, why are you tangling me all up? It's happening to me. It definitely got my attention, I'll say that. Yeah, you're on a spiritual journey like me. Here's the Hierophant in the cornerstone. You're lit to get going. You want to get going. That's how I felt. I was like, I'm on my spiritual motherfucking path. I'm down here. I'm meditating. It feels good. I feel empowered. And then blam, like I just got laid the fuck out. It's like, wow, was I getting too cocky or something? What's the deal? Seven of Cups. There's an illusional quality present. Like here's this loving lady in this beautiful red dress, but really she's got this guy at her total mercy. And he's in like a pig-like energy here. He looks like a pig or a dog. So that is not a good representation of the Seven of Cups. And that's why I chose this deck, because of its representation of power. So you may feel really empowered and something is keeping you blocked. Like I could totally see this reflected as, what's her name in Misery? I can't think of Kathy Bates, the actual name of that character. And the Nine of Pentacles, you're trying to be standing on your own independence here and creating your own abundance and trusting yourself in your path, right? But there's something here that's got a little bit of a toxic quality to it, and you're feeling it. The vulnerability is that you feel like your joy is right beyond reach. Like here's this Ten of Cups. Like this woman is a peasant woman. Caring for her 10 children is sort of the implication, but she's happy. But she's really, really weary. You can see that she's exhausted. That's a little bit how I've been feeling, honestly, a little bit spiritually exhausted and stripped bare. I've been going through a spiritual ascension process, and it's like my life has been boiled down to the very essentials in kind of a scary way. But I also know that I'm on the right path, and so I have a joy with it, even though it's kind of like material resources are scarce. I'm happier because it's more authentic. Oh my God, right in the center here is the Two of Cups. And again, because this card, there's something about love that you may be feeling like your love is being abused, or you're needing to take a stand, or we don't know yet, because it came here in the Solleone deck with this kind of, again, it's an echo of the Seven of Cups, with this overlording energy against this weaker, like the love of this younger energy here is being exploited, almost is what it feels like. And that may be what you're feeling. Your strength is that you're a King of Pentacles, so you do have the resources that you need, but that might be partly how you got in this situation, is that you have people or energies attached to you that are draining you. And you're trying to figure out, how do I stand in my own energy and detach from what's draining me and taking me outside of my joy, right? The vulnerability and the devil on your shoulder keeps you in an indecisive place where you don't choose. You just keep staying stuck because of fear, possibly, or a fear of lack. A lack mindset is showing up here with this negotiation over this foul. If you can see, oh no, you can't really see the cards here in the Solleone, but I recommend Googling this deck to get an idea of the power and control that's represented here. The wise part of you knows to be still, and so it's weird. There's something greater keeping you still here, but that's interesting. That's a double two. We've got 3 2s here, 2 2 2, all together. Where's the energy going? towards abundance. You're okay. You just need to be still. Like, your conscious mind is suspecting, and maybe the life is forcing you to be still, like it was me. It's saying you're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to do anything. In fact, I'm going to see to it that these pending deposits into your account are just going to sit here for 4 days instead of clear, so that your accounts, it was really frustrating. It's like, I'm not overdrawn. I have the money. These transfers are pending. Why is it just sitting here? Well, I had no choice but to wait. And it meant, like, you're not going to go grocery shopping. You're not going to go run your errands. You're not going to get out and go for your walk in the sun like you hoped. Like, what the fuck is in my way and why? Like, it really felt frustrating. Like, something bigger was at work. And that's what's going on for you. And it's saying you're supposed to just be still right now. Even though you want to charge forward with this Ace of Wands energy, there's stuff working against you, and it's for a reason. And you're being asked to just bow your knee to it. Bend your knee. I don't mean bend your knee like surrender to abuse or whatever. It means recognizing your own strengths and weaknesses. It means being a strategist. It means doing something like bending your knee while in your mind you're secretly plotting your next move, right? It's something like that. Like, you've got to get smart here. It's that kind of energy. Like Paul Sheldon in Misery, his way of plotting his escape meant enduring a lot of bullshit and difficult days and faking that he liked that person that was his captor, or doing whatever game he had to play that felt super against his truth, right? Like, he didn't want to act nice to her. He didn't want, he wanted to be like, you fucking crazy bitch, right? Like, but that wasn't gonna ever, I mean, he could have gotten himself killed, right? So he had to get smart. He had to start hiding his drugs that she was giving him, pretending like he was drugged up, waiting for his moment. I can't even remember. It was like he was watching out the window for signs, like all kinds of stuff. He just had to bide his time. That's the energy that's coming through. Be still. Maybe the indecision in part is because you're supposed to just be still and stop trying to decide right now. Just be still, open your third eye and your crown, and let the abundance come in. You're not supposed to go out there and force things right now and fight battles that are not yours and that are a waste of your energy. You're supposed to be still. I didn't want to be still. To me, it felt like it didn't make any sense. It's like, but I know what I need to do and I want to move forward. Why am I being blocked? Like, what does my being blocked have any benefit? Well, I don't have to know all the answers. If I'm going to humble myself to a spiritual practice, sometimes, in many traditions anyways, if you're a spiritual seeker, you have to humble yourself and listen and accept that you don't know everything, and either listen to a teacher or whatever. So that's what's coming through. What's some good advice for you right now? Be still is the first thing. Like we were suspecting. It's bearing out in the cards here. You need to be still and accept that. While there's some toxic elements afoot, stillness is your best move. It's not making a big, loud, boisterous, decisive. It's about being still and making small, incremental moves, which is not going to be easy. It's going to require a lot of discipline because you have this Ace of Wands energy to get going. You see your path clearly, and that's how I felt. It was like, I see clearly. Why am I being stopped when I have all the energy and clarity of vision to move? Well, there's something else going on that's bigger than me that I don't know about, and I need to just trust that I'm being guided appropriately to be still. I don't know about the fall and all that, but I'm just saying the fall is also, I just think, part of what helps catalyze the inspiration for this layout. And I'm fine. I'll be icing my knee today and resting. That's what I'm going to do. Did I want to go hang out and do something more fun? Yeah, but no, I'm not going to. I'll pay for it later, so I'm just going to humble myself and rest. What's some good advice for you right now? From the Solleone Tarot. Yeah, recognize that you're in a page novice state. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know from what right now. You're in page energy. You may feel like a king, but that's partly what got you into this trouble, is because you still have some blind spots. So you're actually not a king. Yeah, you're a king inside, but your position is not a king's position. It's a page position. You need to understand that. Your pockets are empty. You don't have a lot to work with. You're on your own. What you do have to work with is your own moxie in your mind. Yep, boom, there it is, the hermit. Go within. Cultivate your inner wisdom to know what moves to make. Listen to the still, soft voice within. Get still. Don't be all, jerking off in the corner or I don't know where the hell that came from. But like, that's a page, right? Like, don't let your impulses of immaturity and youth get the best of you or something. Novice energy. You need to wisen up. Know your position, which is a page position, and go within for your answers right now in this hermit energy. Keep being in hermit energy. Accept the spiritual pause that you're forced into right now. It's happening for your greater good, even though you don't understand why. Paul Sheldon, I'm sure in misery, was like, why the fuck is this nightmare happening to me? What the fuck have I ever done to deserve it? Well, after he came through the other side, I feel like if I remember right, he wrote this amazing novel and it relaunched his whole career, right? And broke him out of the serial romance misery noveling that he was trapped in of an old way. He wanted to break out of it, and that was at the beginning of the book, was like, I'm going away on this personal retreat to meditate and try to find my muse again, to write the kind of literature I want to write. Well, he has this car wreck and has this horrible brush with death and the devil and, having to find his way out of that. It's very biblical, right? And then when he finds his way out, he has his next novel and it launches his life to the next level. It's that energy. That's the message. I don't even need to pull any more cards. The timeout that you're in is by design, like it's saying, it's imposed, and your best use of this imposed time is to go within and pray and continue to do your meditative work. And that's what I'm going to be doing today, so we'll be doing it together. Or maybe even over the next few days, because this, like, I can bend my knee and stuff, but there's no way I should be out on it. It needs rest. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up injury. It's a big, huge hematoma. It's going to be okay, though, because I'm going to take care of it. So, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Be good to yourself and your body. Take it easy on yourself.